go, man. Okay, in episode number 11, we crossed that double-digit mark. You know, we had a fucking banger last time, Spilled Milk Podcast. Back again with the great and powerful Kyle Bowen.
Damn.
What a fucking banger. That we
a banger. People still use that word?
I still use it. Maybe I'm fucking old.
How old are you? You are old, man. What, 33 and a half?
33 and a half. I guess so. Like,
yeah.
I'll be 33 and a half in December. I'll be 34 in May.
Do you have gray hair yet? Like,
I do. I have a couple of grays in the beard now and shit. One of my buddies now, this guy just started buying a beard dye. He's 37 though.
Mm-hmm.
But like his whole thing is like he likes to look young. Like he's like just to kind of like I kind of guess stay in the mix.
Yeah.
with the gals and just in general. Like not that he's like crazy ladies man, but like just in general.
Yeah.
He's like I think I need to get my edge back a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you ever consider doing that, or like would you be like Salt and Pepper Poppy? Because I think I'd rather go that way.
Yeah, me too, man.
You are Fijian, though.
No.
So you guys are, you guys like to look young forever.
But here's the thing, like I feel as if I spend too much time on the internet where I'm like, I don't want to like rub dye into my head.
Yeah.
Too close to the brain.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. Maybe that's why I never get a hair transplant too, because I'm balding, right? I'm balding a lot at the top. So I feel like I'm going to go through a lot in life very soon, man.
It's coming for you, right? When you brush your hand through your hair, do you?
I don't do that. I don't let anyone. Dude, no way, bro. If I do that, I only do that when I wash my hair.
Wow.
But there's none of this going on. That's violent.
Really,
bro.
eh?
Yeah,
so you're just holding on, though.
You gotta hold on, bro.
But maybe you gotta just go like the buzz cut look, It's a fire look. Grow the beard out a little bit more.
That's true. But I don't think I'll ever be able to grow a proper beard. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
A late bloomer.
Yeah, I guess so. You gotta shave a little bit harder, and it'll kind of start coming out. But some guys, I guess, they just don't get it either.
The beard just took over. Was that always a thing? I feel as if post 2015, it's every dude glowed the fuck up if they had a beard.
Yeah,
changed the game, and they never go back.
But do you remember that era when everyone was growing out the huge beard? Like that was like a little bit. That was like I think 2013, 2014. It was like the huge beard. That was like the hipster look. Even like the guys with the haircuts and stuff, they were kind of doing it. I
remember that.
And then it settled back into like, okay, it's a little bit of a beard. You have like the number 2, number 3. My girlfriend's told me that my beard's a little too long. Yeah. What would your take be on that?
My body, my choice.
Yeah, I guess so. Right?
Yeah.
But like now I'm starting to do the top a little bit, smaller, so I keep the bottom longer. But she's just like, it's like annoying kissing you and stuff, just because like, you got the stubble and the long beard part.
They always got something to complain about.
Yeah.
It's like, at least I am kissing you, all right?
Yeah.
It's like, let me live,
Yeah. So what else, man? How's the weekend? What'd you get up to?
The weekend, what did I do? I feel as if I did a lot. Oh, yeah. A Reve.
Oh, yeah. She dropped, right?
She dropped some music. She had a show.
She had a show?
Yeah, yo. You didn't make the invite list.
Yeah, what the hell is that about?
I didn't work on the project. Nobody did.
I thought I was on the fucking, I thought I was,
honestly speaking, though, I feel as if she just did all the work on this.
Yeah.
And it like literally like every single part of what happened on Saturday, and it was a really cool night.
Yeah.
She literally did all by herself.
Beautiful.
And that's just, I think it can get really hard to remember things.
Oh, of course.
And then also worrying about capacity, like, it's one thing that the main character of the event shouldn't probably be handling, but she just did it all, She just, that's the way we live. It's the way we gotta do things, right? Absolutely. And I guarantee like a lot of those components came into forgetting to invite you,
Oh, of course. I mean, honestly, man, like, I'm like pretty out of the mix too, so like for me to be invited to me to be actively remembered to invite to that situation, if it's like a throwaway invite,
you're not that cool yet. You're not that cool. You're still working your ways up,
right?
Okay. Okay, you've been here for 11 weeks, man. Come on, man.
I'm working my way up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, overall, it was an interesting weekend for myself. My brother had his 3rd daughter.
Damn.
Yeah. They're all like pretty close to the same age as well. But yeah, he's got 3 daughters, and it was exciting times.
Yeah, are you the best uncle ever?
I try to be, but honestly, like, it's just not.
Step it up.
But it's different, right? It's more of an off-air conversation. I could go into that. I don't want to air out my personals on this.
Damn. Taking it out on the daughters now, man.
Yeah. But in general, it's been it was a very great weekend. I mean,
Yeah.
Did a little bit of everything. Hung out with the missus. Like, we had a huge fight last weekend.
Oh,
so we were able to just, kind of smooth everything over.
Hug it out.
Hang out, and that's it. No, it was a bad fight, man. It was a bad fight.
Yeah.
But
who won?
Huh? I mean, we're still together, so both of us won.
That's a great. No, that's good, man. That's good. Yeah. That's good, man. You're learning. Therapy's working, man.
Yeah, I guess so. You know what? I've actually stopped going just because I'm waiting for my company to start paying for it now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because again, it's like $110 a session.
An hour, I think, right?
Well, yeah, basically.
That sounds cheap, dude. In this economy, 110, that's nice.
I guess. I don't know. For me, that's expensive. What, to talk to someone?
That's true. That's true.
I got this. What do I need therapy for?
I think the next phase of the mental health phenomenon and like it being just so important to take care of that area of your life would be for a lot of that stuff to be cheaper. It's hard to do so because I feel as if that's a lot of work for the therapist to just absorb taking all that shit. Yeah. They hear the darkest shit.
Absolutely.
That goes with you to Taco Bell, man. No, it does, bro. Just carry it just feels weird,
Yeah. And you gotta fucking stay on top of people. You're kind of writing notes. It doesn't end at the session. It's like, you have to send people exercises, stuff that they need to do. And you have to remember what they were doing before. So there's a debrief as well.
You got to be a best friend.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, it's not as easy as the TV shows make you think so how
or
does
the
that
life coaches, the new life coaches nowadays.
Is that a real thing?
I think so.
Are a lot of people using them?
I feel as if people who are life coaches for 6 months should go to jail.
Okay. Expand on that.
Because I feel like I feel like you can just make yourself look so good online and and read a couple books, and maybe you're feeling like you're this, I'm so friendly, and now I know how to love myself, and now I need to share this message with everyone. Like, I'm so good at communicating that I'm gonna start this journey, and I feel as if you commit to that, you can't. You know how you just talked about what a therapist needs to be on top of your shit, take it very seriously, take these stories very seriously, take these people commit to them, And I feel as if life coaching and therapy is similar? Different, but I think it's similar too. I feel like it probably does get vulnerable in those consultations. 100%. Just to get to know you, blah blah blah. And I think when somebody opens up to you, you got to commit to them.
Yeah, I guess.
And you're getting paid $75 an hour. I'm just saying, bro, because it's delicate stuff, man. I feel like everyone thinks they can
do it.
Yeah, which is true because I'm pretty sure you could do it.
Well, I mean, just in terms of listening to people's conversations, I think I could do that. But when you're actually carrying people's shit, and they're telling you not the stuff that they your close friends, you might have told some deep things of your mind and how you actually feel and stuff. Now imagine you might have one or two of those conversations maybe a year where it's in depth, deep.
No, I have a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm a hippie, dude.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about where people are that, they're super vulnerable to you.
Yeah, completely? Because I'm very lucky, dude.
Yeah.
I got a crazy group of friends. Mm-hmm. I think it's because we played a lot of Xbox Live together, and we all had girlfriends, and we were all going through drama early on in our relationship. So I think we just got comfortable, and we're still friends now.
Yeah.
But from 14 or 15, we talk about dark stuff then, not suicide or nothing, but bro, she broke my heart, or I'm not feeling good, stuff like that.
Okay.
And it just, when you're 11 o'clock at night and you're playing on the joysticks, the next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock, and you just went through a therapy session, played a couple games, boom, bam.
Gotcha.
Fast forward to the now, my friends and I, we just talk. We've been talking deep forever.
No. Okay, so I don't
constantly.
think I'm coming out I'm not. I don't think I'm painting the proper picture.
Okay.
We have a lot of deep conversations. You and I had deep conversations, more than surface level anyway, more than just bubblegum bullshit. And of course, with my close friends, we've had our actual conversations about our thoughts. But I'm talking about when you get to that second layer, what's actually. I don't even know how.
Second layer is what, some real. Or
maybe
shit
that first layer where you're completely open, and when somebody who is sitting across from you is a completely non-judgmental space. They're not. It doesn't matter to them at the end of the day, what you fucking did. You could have a story of, I don't know, maybe. I don't even know how to put this.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Therapy, man.
You ever seen that Joe Rogan episode with David Cho? He's saying how he was hitchhiking with people.
Just the trippiest episode ever. When he was just.
Well, there's a lot of episodes where he's a very interesting guy, but basically it was an episode where he was saying that he was hitchhiking, And he's like, while you're hitchhiking through America, he's like, as soon as you're 10 minutes away, he's like, that's when people tell you the most fucked up shit because it's a complete point of no judgment. So that's when people say like, oh yeah, I slept with my sister, I killed this dog and shit like that. And I mean that like, those maybe are not conversations that you share with everyone aside from your therapist, maybe. You kind of get what I mean?
I'm sorry, I don't know how I didn't understand your question the first time.
No, well, maybe I
was
did a
having
bad
a therapy
job
session with you, man. I was just gassing up my bros. No, that makes sense. Like, yeah, there's only a small group of people that would actually ever hear those parts. And now this therapist or life coach, part-time life coach, yeah, man.
It's a very full of yourself type of thing. And I think that's the place that we really live in is we're living in this world where everyone is like a personal brand. So a lot of people sell shit like,
bro,
I'm not going to air this person out, because I think it's not in good taste. But there are people who sell, certain, maybe not even products, but systems online that are like basic, knowledge that you can find almost anywhere. But they are able to dress it up in a way that is very sellable to people who don't have that knowledge. Like people who are just kind of getting in 18, 19, you're learning about doing taxes or
gatekeepers,
or financing or starting a YouTube channel or anything like that, like Amazon FBA. But it's a way that you kind of market it. Even if you're not the expert, you can fucking control a little bit of the, of consumers and make like a living at it.
Yeah. There's a lot of those.
Yeah. Interesting times.
Interesting time. While we're on this conversation, I smoked a little before this, so I got to talk about this too.
Yeah.
Because you brought it up.
Sure.
I feel as if during COVID and stuff, everyone was online a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And during COVID and maybe shortly after COVID, there was a lot of hype on Bitcoin and stuff, right? Okay. And there was a time during that era of our lives where everyone was just showing off their wallets. This is how much I made. You didn't get those stories. Like, this is how much I made today. This is how much I made today. This is how much I made today.
Oh,
just posting their charge, trading their
options.
Stocks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, how did this shift happen where it's like now the common person, quote unquote, not the entertainer, not the musician, not like, whatever. It's like everyone just blinging out, like flexing. Flexing. It's like the nerds were doing it too.
Yeah.
And I get it. Maybe we're sharing information, sharing our wins, all this stuff. But it's really interesting. It was really interesting for me to see that now being used. And I'm talking about flexing the amount of money you made today as a thing you post on social media.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people were looking for ways to kind of, monetize that, right? So they wanted to get people, even if you aren't actively doing it. I think the only reason to post your wins on like a stock or a crypto is maybe you want to show your haters, or like, oh yeah, fuck you, I'm making money. But B, you're preparing people to have like a call channel where like they pay you X amount of fee per month and you do that. But like, a lot of this stuff is complete bullshit. Like, cause you can just Photoshop a lot of images. And if you're a good enough marketer and you can make the videos the right way, you will dupe a few people into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're all idiots. We've been.
I mean, some people can, do like online trading, but like live trading, things like that. But there's a lot of fucking bullshit where like they're streaming other people's channels and marketing it as their own. You kind of get what I mean?
I know what you're saying, yeah.
But it's all just a way that they've kind of put it all together and packaged it. It's a nice package.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Crazy times that we kind of live in. Let's get straight into it. A positive note.
Yep.
From the fan questions. Actually, sorry, not fans. Supporters. People who show love.
Yeah, you don't like calling them fans, eh?
No, I don't like calling them fans. Because, like, even at RAF, like, I was getting a good amount of love there, right? And some guy's like, "Oh, bro, fuck, man, I'm a fan." He's like, "I want to take a picture with you." I was like, "Nah, man, I want to take a picture with you." Thing is, I'm really interested in that, though. Like, or I just want to always have that interaction. Is where I don't want anyone to ever see me in public who, like, doesn't know me personally and be like, you know what, he was a fucking prick. All right, guys, we take a quick break to shout out one of my sponsors, Wolfco, who actually makes some of the most premium underwear that I've ever worn. I'm not just saying that. Like, they got the vented front here, when your regions get a little bit hot, and they got the vented back here when your regions get a little bit hot. No more sweat, no more smell. This is some really, really good underwear. And as you can see by this picture, it makes your package look real nice too. Wolfco.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll happen, like, just not knowingly, just because, like, maybe, like, I was fucking drunk or I didn't hear them or something like that, and I ignored them, and maybe they're going to have a negative perception. But if I actively saw that, I always want someone to be like, you know what? He was a fucking nice guy. He was a good dude.
That's easy.
But it's not, though. You know, a lot of guys don't act like that.
Because a lot of people are not that.
Yeah, a lot of guys act like fucking pricks.
Because they're pricks.
Yeah.
It's not because they're acting like pricks, or they put on, they don't. But again, not everyone is as extroverted as you and sees like a stranger or a fan as like, I'm so grateful for that person, blah, blah, blah. Some people just go with the motion. And people are fucking with them. It's another number, you know? And whatever, each their own. Maybe they're not even that, they're not like, again, not everyone just shakes hands with people.
Absolutely.
We're all different.
I think that's super important though, like especially, you know, just to keep it grassroots, like, you know, get people who really fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, I want people to come off, like, and they meet me and be like, you know what? Like, I'm going to ride for that guy because, you know, how he treated me in person. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
And there's some less than, you know, savory characters sometimes. But you know, you still got to show them love.
Bro.
You know, the big girls are showing me love. I got to show them love too. You know, come on, man. You know, that's all about here.
Everyone gets it, man. Yeah, man.
You know, some gross looking guys who, you know, don't look like they get a lot of sunlight. But hey, you know, you're showing love to me. That's it.
Yeah,
You're with me, right?
Exactly, man.
But let's get back into it. One thing you'll guarantee that would make yourself stronger in 2025. What can we say?
Be more professional, man.
Be more professional. What is professional? What's your definition of that? Not just in the
honestly speaking,
space.
I feel like it's like the little things. It's gonna make for like the most boring type of fucking podcast episode ever. But it's I'll keep it simple. Like show up 15 minutes early. Like little things like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never late.
Yeah.
And if I am, it's 1 minute late.
Yeah.
But little things like that. Just you know, just the details matter, man. I'm confident.
Value your time, value others' time.
It's not even about, I guess that's crazy how you say that because I haven't really thought about that. I'm just feel like, I don't know, it's just kind of what I want to do. Just get better at the details, the edges. I'm looking forward to that. Very confident.
Be serious about it.
Yeah, more serious. Yeah. I'm already serious, but more serious. Why not?
How
about you, man? Fuck me, dude. Nobody's here for me.
No, they're here for everyone. Make yourself stronger in 2025. I think, you know, it's just the same thing that, you know, we're blessed to do in the creative space is just try new shit. You know, keep working on new things, keep doing something like, and it's not like, I think in the creative space, you often find like, oh, and you just got to be consistent at one thing. Like, yeah, you have to be consistent at getting better.
Yeah.
Period. Whichever way it is, whether that's working out, whether that's, you know, being on the podcast, whether that's doing another creative venture, like every step or path in this game is a level up to something else.
Yeah.
Like I was just talking to you about, you know, talking to Harv about trying to get into the MC thing. Like I've thought about that. And, you know, now I have this discussion with them and I'm like, you know, maybe we can kind of work something out. You can show me the ropes a little bit. And, you know, guys, you will be seeing Only Ran's MC services coming pretty soon. You know, that's a shameless advertising plug, but, you know, I think that's an avenue I can do and I enjoy it. And that will...
Stepping on his territory, man. He's going to send you to Edmonton.
I mean, you know, we might have that, but, you know, let's not be competition. Let's work together. I'm sure he has to turn down some gigs. So why not send him my way? I can piece him off a little bit of that. Ooh. And I'm going to be able to fucking bring in some business once people know I'm rolling.
Damn, the MC Wedding Business Podcast.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. So there
you heard it here first. It changed today.
You know, I was telling you, my friends are a little bit like, oh man, you might get caught up in the lifestyle a little bit.
Yeah, you probably are.
I'm going to have to be very disciplined.
Free drinks.
Well,
and a lot of brothers.
Yeah.
No, honestly, the love is in there. A lot of like, hey, what's up? You know? It's hard, man. It's hard. Yeah. Double whiskey. Next thing you got 2 of them.
Maybe I gotta fucking build in the Uber as a price, you know.
Scheduled Uber. That's what you gotta
do. But yeah, no, I definitely gotta be disciplined about that and not do that.
Dude.
You know, be kind of. Nobody wants to be the drunken fool at someone else's reception, right? If it's close friends, it's all good.
Nobody wants to be the hungover fool right now, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Sober October,
I get that energy off of you. You know, you shouldn't though. Like I feel like sometimes when you party now, I feel like that you always like. I feel like you're saying not something negative about it, but just some regret, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that and stuff. But you know, you're still young, have fun. I've seen a lot of growth in you, you know, and there's only so much you can do in the amount of time where you decide to be more sober too.
Yeah.
Which was like what, a couple months ago, and I just feel like you're completely different, bro.
You're
good, I mean, bro.
Overall, like, okay, well, the raft night we definitely got away. I mean, turned it up a notch. I wasn't planning on that, but everyone was there. Fucking vibes are good. It just started to build on itself, right?
Yeah.
And fucking, it went the way that it went. But like, I regretted getting that tanked there, not because I don't think I, did anything stupid. I was probably just drunk.
Yeah.
But just the feeling the next day, See, like, you remember we were having that conversation 2 episodes ago, and you were like, "Oh, you don't ever want to be like shit faced in public."
Mm-hmm.
I kind of never have even thought about that. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
People see me hammed, like they see me hammed
because maybe you can handle yourself. Whereas to me, it's like I don't know. I feel like the last times I've gotten really shit faced, it doesn't end off good. Not that I hurt anybody, but I don't want to be puking in front of anyone. I don't want to be dizzy in front of anyone.
Yeah,
that's what it's mainly.
Fair
about.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, even that, like, okay, like I'm not a public puker.
Yeah.
I've never been a public puker. I'm a next morning puker if I need to.
Yeah.
And then I'll just fucking go in the toilet, do my thing.
I gotta puke.
Never been that, I mean, obviously we have our off nights and fucking like I've had some off nights, don't get me wrong, like where it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I got a really fucking good one. I'm not embarrassed to say this. Learn from me.
Yeah.
I puked at some girl's house once, like, at some house party. And I was so fucking tanked, I accidentally puked in the sink. But I should have puked in the toilet, right? Because now the sink's
rookie
plugged.
move.
And like the girl's boyfriend, who was also kind of knew me, but he wasn't like a homie like that, right?
Yeah.
He's like, bro, you got to clean this up. So like I was taking a paper towel and scooping it and throwing that. And when you're that drunk, you're getting some on your fucking hand.
Yeah.
It was disgusting. Maybe one of my lowest moments getting tanked.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And here I am.
Right?
Still getting tomfoolery.
Damn. Chunky puke in the sink. Yeah. It's just clogging up shit. Not going down. You're scooping it into the toilet.
Yeah. I didn't know his girlfriend that well. Yeah. So, it was a bad move for me to get that tanked, but I knew someone else super close, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't my scene to get tanked, you know?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that'll make you stronger in 2025. Lessen the alcohol.
Yeah. There you go, man. We're saving lives here, man.
Here's another good one. And again, very grateful for people taking the time out and sending these in. Who is the Diddy in Bollywood?
I don't know. I don't watch Bollywood, man. I don't know shit.
You think Shah Rukh Khan?
Damn. Oh, damn. No.
At the same time, though, because we are Indian culture, there's so much more gossip, like that kind of shit. Like people would just be talking shit. Mm-hmm. And I almost feel that people kind of have to hold themselves to a slightly like higher regard. Mm-hmm. They don't want to be the black sheep of like the Bollywood community.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Is there any Illuminati in India?
Has to be.
Do you think so? What if it's just a North American thing, man?
No. Come on. It has to be. Absolutely. They believe in all the fucking, the magic and shit. That's, there's a dark side of that. There's black magic, the Kala Jaddu. That's Satanism stuff, right? If you're fucking summoning demons and shit, no?
I feel like if there was a Diddy or whatever in the Bollywood scene or whatever, they'd have to burn down the Kama Sutra, dude. You are what you read, Like that's like part of the lore, isn't it? Everyone knows about that book, and it was just all about fucking, bro. And wasn't it made in there?
How come brown girls are all shitty in bed then?
We suck too, man.
Yeah. Well,
I remember watching Mansers when I was like, 10 years old, 11 years old. Remember that show, Mansers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about the biggest dicks in the world. And India, I think India had the smallest. And like the whole YouTube hook was like, advertising that it would be like Asians.
Yeah.
And then right at the end, it's like, I think it was like Asian second last, and then like little Indians, Hindus, us.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Don't put me in that, man. I'm from Punjab, man. I'm from Punjab.
No. Okay. now, again, this is a therapy session, so
Yeah, I mean,
I suck in bed too.
It takes more than just a dick to be good in bed, though.
What is it? Confidence, right?
You gotta eat.
You gotta swim. You gotta swim.
You gotta eat.
You gotta swim. Flow, dude. It's the rhythm.
Yep.
The rhythm.
All right.
I gotta practice the rhythm more, man.
Maybe get your hips into it.
Yeah.
Bringing a new girlfriend or boyfriend to a family reception. Now, if you're a guy, bringing a girlfriend is probably not as big of a deal as a girl bringing a new boyfriend. Because a girl brings a new boyfriend, you only got maybe one or two of those that you can fucking do. Otherwise, you're going to be labeled as like, she got a new boyfriend every fucking 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you're saying. This is a bad move in general, bro.
Yeah?
Because honestly, I was
but
like,
you're serious with them, you know? I don't think it's the throwaway.
There's got to be like some sort of age limit or something. Because I brought my girlfriend from the past to one of those, right?
Yeah.
I was dating her for a long time, but still super young. I was like 21, 20. And then looking back at it, and I'm like, damn. There's photos.
Okay.
Of that event and like, you know, in our family's history, like, and like, sure, like, I feel as if my parents still had them hanging up at some point because they're just like, you know, like years down the road because it was such a nice photo of everyone together. And then it's just the X in the corner, you know?
Yeah.
And it's one thing for that to happen on my family's end, but even at that event, you know, where like they hired the photographer or like they probably still have the flash drive of their wedding and it's like, oh, look at everyone that came. And it's like, who the fuck is she? And it's like, yo, it's not serious. And the wedding is so intimate, you know? I think there's got to be like, yeah, you ain't bringing your high school sweetheart to, like, you guys are 19 years old, don't bring her, you know?
Yeah.
That's just a me thing.
Yeah. You know, I was never like a huge girlfriend guy in my early 20s anyway, so I never brought girls to receptions. Like my current girlfriend I've brought to family events and things like that, but that's because, you know, it's a solidified scene, right?
Yeah.
I think with my energy, I think I would have been more casual with it if I had brought that. Some guys kind of want that too, though, right? They want to be bringing different girls to the events and like kind of be like the player in the
fair
family.
Enough. We're all different, right?
You know, like I don't know.
It's all fair. It's all lovey-dovey. Who cares? You know, it's not that big of a deal.
But I think for girls, like it's definitely like a bigger deal. You can't be bringing no random. You know, it's got to be like, okay, I'm considering marrying this guy or whatever. Like, you know, you're a girl.
It should be like that for the guy too, though.
I guess so. I mean, you don't want to bring the trash with you.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to bring the whores with you. I mean, unless you're having a good time, I mean, and you don't really care, and maybe it's not your family's reception.
Oh, I feel it's like what's happened? Like wedding reception, great parties. Don't get me wrong, but how much like that party being, it's how am I trying to say this? Like, it's just a big deal, isn't it? Like attendees to a wedding reception. I know receptions you get fucked up, get hammered, but you don't want like one loose end in there. Like if it's not serious.
What do you think could happen? Like what do you think is the negative of having a loose end there? Because I actually foresee things getting a little bit more casual about this. Like I think it's going to become like people are going to be hooking up and shit. And I'm sure it's happening at a small scale
that's
now.
Okay. I'm just talking about the attendees. It's all love and like whatever, you know, like everyone knows it's just it's like bringing someone to a wedding just so you have a partner in crime that night, because I feel like that's a thing. It's cool and stuff. But I'm like, damn, like this is somebody's wedding reception. Like it's full of love. Like it's a big moment, one of the biggest moments in your life. Maybe it's not that deep, but to me, I'm like, damn, it's the big. I wouldn't want no randoms, no unsure things at the wedding. Like,
well, the thing is, like, you don't want someone who's not going to gel well in there, because then you're going to have to check in, or you're going to get bitched at for not checking in, either girl or guy. You know what I mean? Be like, oh, you invited me here. Fuck you. You didn't even hang out with me. You just did your own thing with your cousins or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that could be a conversation for a guy or a girl. So you want someone that's in there that can either just be relatively social, sit on the table with the girls, hang out with the girls, have fun with the girls, drink with the girls, whatever. Or you want somebody that's, you know,
quiet.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think having a quiet person is going to be a detriment. You know, and because you got to check in constantly. You get what I mean?
I get what you're saying. That's cool. And
then
it gets in the way.
My girlfriend's quiet, right? So unless it's a serious person that you don't mind doing that, and you don't mind having that thing like that, you know, I'll check in every 15, 20, 2 hours. You know, I'm getting rocked with the boys. That's kind of the way you look at it. So I don't know.
It's got to be serious. It's got to be legitimately serious.
It does have to be serious.
You got to, in your mind, it's got to be like, I'm going to marry this girl. I'm going to marry this dude. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm bringing this person because it's going to,
No, it's
got to be one of those things.
So, but don't be, or be stingy with it. Be stingy with it.
I got to bring Shorty to the party, bro. The party, you know, it's so sick dancing with her and shit. That's like, dude.
You want to do the fucking the triangle thing at the end of the reception? Fuck off.
Bro, I like going to receptions and stuff with my girl though.
Yeah,
I love it. I feel like it's like a super romantic time.
Really,
even for not like it's not like I'll pull her aside and be like, yo, the love's in there. Like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for you. It's not like it just. I don't know. It's nice, you know. It's like I like when love's in there, man.
Fair enough.
And then your love is with you. It's cool. And the weddings are so full of that. Based on the last couple that I've been to,
Yeah.
They're just so much love, dude.
Yeah.
So much love.
I don't know.
Yeah. There you go. Right?
We're having a different experience there. Cocaine and realtors.
There you go.
This is a great one. So, I mean,
I'm not surprised. I've seen the Instagram reels.
You know what? Realtors in like where we live in this city, it is kind of like the Wolf of Wall Street, stockbroker. Like, it's not like as prestigious as maybe it was 20 or 30 years ago. It's a little bit sleazier of a gig now, for sure. I mean, and I am a realtor. You know, I'm fucking part of the problem. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a little bit more suits and open collars, fucking lunchtime drinks. You know, let's have a fucking time. Oh, we just made a sale. Ugh, let's fucking go. You know, it's that kind of vibe, right? Especially when the market's hot.
Yeah.
I think anytime that movie was fucking big, it was a big change for my life too.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
changed the game.
It changed a lot for me because like before that, like I don't know, just coming out of high school and fucking what your parents tell you and what you experience, you think to make money you have to just be this like straight edge, like I'm serious, I'm on it. And as you get older, it does seem like that's the way to actually keep and make your wealth, right? Is to be straight edge and normal.
Yeah.
But I saw that movie and I was like, holy fuck, these guys are rocking it this hard and making money. I was like, it was a completely new thing for me. And I was like, this is fucking insane.
This is who I want to be.
Yeah, well, yeah, for a brief period, yeah. I definitely wanted to be that. And then, like, you know, again, you get older, you party, things like that. It goes through the motions. I mean.
Yeah. It sounds like a sick life, though. I'm not going to lie.
For a bit, I mean, I know some guys who are crippling with or being crippled with drug use now. You know, it's not pretty at the other side.
Being a real estate agent, it's like a gateway into being a crackhead. I think that's what you're saying.
I don't know if that's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But
that's exactly what you're saying, bro. If you stay in the game.
I know guys who, you know, there are realtors by profession who just got a little bit too caught up in the lifestyle. Market's hot. Everything's awesome. You know, you're partying, bottle service, this and that. Champagne's flowing. Things are awesome. We're in the fucking suit downtown.
Why can't we just celebrate with nice glasses of water?
Some guys can.
Little sparkling drink.
But when you're rocking hard, you know, you want to enjoy it, right? You want to fucking make that like, yeah, man, I fucking did that.
Yeah.
And you know, market starts to slow down. You still got those bad habits, and you think you can just power through it because you have.
Yeah.
You powered through it the whole time, but the sales aren't coming in like that. And now your lifestyle is still just as expensive.
Yeah.
And to try to get yourself out of that, you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to keep partying.
Yeah.
And now I know guys who've, you know, they got divorced. They're giving back the Range Rover. You know, they're giving back the fucking Porsche Cayenne.
These agents,
they're giving back the G-Wagon, and they're getting more humble.
That's
and
crazy,
the world
man.
is humbling them. So
that's really interesting, man. You know, the real estate game, man, just giving people houses, you know, giving them that service, like letting other people's dreams come true, and it just leads you. I don't know. It just sounds like it leads you to hell, man.
You're speaking in idealism, and you know, again, I'm talking about a small section of people, but that's
28%.
That's the section that we see out in the clubs, you know, like and out downtown and out fucking ripping it up and out in your face. You know, hey, look at I'm on a boat. I'm fucking here. I'm traveling. All that kind of shit. That's what we see. I would assume most people are probably okay and they're normal. I mean, I'm a realtor, but I do discuss the pitfalls of the profession pretty often.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Just seeing the rise of like the social media real estate agent too, and yeah, it's interesting. I never thought that would be an industry where like entertainment would be used so much, and like you kind of blur the lines between agent and what the job is and all this stuff. And sometimes I don't get bugged by these things. I'm just super curious because I'm like, dude, like, okay, all of you guys are now just fucking speaking like Punjabi now, right? It's funny, it's interesting, it's provoking, all this stuff, but it's interesting to me how like, there was a time where like, everyone was down to do it, and if I'm like some person looking for a house, willing to spend millions and millions and millions in like the richest place in the world to do so, and I'm I'm looking into it, then I see you doing that, and I'm like, yeah, I just saw like some of this shit like 3 months ago. I started asking myself, like, are you trying to sell me this home, or are you trying to make a sale?
Yeah.
Like right away, because it seems like you're just. It's interesting to me. It's just interesting. Everything's a fucking game. Everything's everyone's a salesman, and the internet just again, it's all about the blurred lines.
Yeah.
We just want the clout, dude.
You know, see, at the end of the day, and this is something that has like increased in the industry, is that you as a consumer, you probably know better about the certain small segment of the market better than I know. Like, cause I'm looking at things overall, right? At like a more macro level, whereas you're looking at like, okay, I'm looking for condos under 600K in this pocket over this year. So you know the sales. We live in the information era, right?
Yeah.
So you're actually coming to someone like me or another realtor that you go to and be, hey, look, I'm interested in buying that place. We're just there to facilitate the deal, set it up, speak to the other realtor, see how we can kind of make your budget work. We're there to solve problems. You have a question, we need to answer that for you. But in terms of like the sleazy aspect of like, you know, just trying to get the sale done, things like that, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Like, I think it's more like you can't force anyone to do anything. You know what you want. You know what you want. And people are also wary, just like exactly what you said. Like, this guy just trying to get a sale. People are also wary about that already. So they're like, oh, I'm not going to let this guy just sell me fucking something I don't want to buy. It's a fucking house. It's not like a, you know, like a t-shirt or something that like, you know, you got duped into buying.
Yeah, you're going to buy the house because you want the house.
You're going to buy the house that you want to buy, right? We're there to provide the information. So
yeah, okay. I think, and thanks for that, because now I'm like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's nothing to get actually emotional about. Car salesman-like behavior, whatever. You know, you're getting out there. It doesn't affect. It's not that emotional. Yeah. If there's a transaction after something like that.
Absolutely.
But it's like, where's the professionality, man?
I think that era's gone though. I think, you know, you can be a professional, but you can also be yourself. The entertainer. You can also be yourself. People like authenticity, right? They want to deal with somebody that they like and that they trust. Now, if I'm fucking polished all the time, you know, oh yes, sir, thank you. You know, we're gonna do it like this. But then you see me on this clip, you know, or saying some of the shit I have said in the past. You know, I'm growing. I'm, you know, adjusting myself. But the shit on the internet's the shit on the internet. You're gonna be like, this guy's a fake, because he's pretending to be something that he's not. Now, of course, when you're meeting people in the profession, you got to put that hat on, right? Or you got to put that turban on.
Yeah. There you go. why didn't you turn into a real estate influencer?
I don't know. I kind of...
You would have killed it.
You know what? I never really I just didn't like that. I thought it was kind of corny. As crazy as that sounds, right? I just didn't want to mesh my creativity with my business side of things.
Yeah.
And like, I am someone who you'd say is like a part-time realtor.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I got a real gig and, you know, we're in the construction and housings and things like that, right? Whereas like real estate's not my full-time gig. And I just never wanted to be maybe reprimanded by, you know, certain things that, not even by like the governing agencies, but just by people like, you know, oh, you're pretending to be two different guys.
Okay. I hear you.
That's my thing.
Good answer.
Yeah. So,
real
I mean, drugs and realtors, cocaine and realtors.
Everyone does drugs.
Don't be one of those guys.
Check up on your friends.
Check up on your friends. Yeah. This was a stupid one. And sorry, I mean, I'm just going to say how it is, but women working in a man's world, like, are we even like in the same era?
Did you just open a Facebook message from 2007, bro?
Yeah. I don't think that happens. First of all, it is a woman's world. I would argue that. Number one. Secondly,
deservingly so too, man.
I don't know about that, but actually, yeah, men can't be in charge. Men are pretty fucking stupid, right? I don't think it's anyone's world. I think it's whoever.
It's
like,
world.
I really just draw the line at whoever provides the most value will be at the top. Simple as that. And if you were born with you know, a leg up on people, you know, your family or your parents, you know, provided more value to get there, that's your fucking leg up. And if you continue to provide value, you'll go. If you stop providing value, you'll go down.
That's a good way to look at it.
Simple fucking economics. I don't care if someone's, you know, a woman or fucking, you know, a guy, or he's Asian or he's brown or whatever. Like, okay, if I'm dealing with you in a business setting, who's going to do the best for me? Who's going to return my calls?
Some dude.
Well, Well, definitely not girls, because I left on red all the time. But yeah, like who's gonna return the call? Who's gonna be responsive? That's what fucking matters, man. None of this bullshit. That's just such small thinking, and it doesn't exist. And I'm sorry for shitting on the guy. I really appreciate the comment, but that's not a great one.
That's a boring question, man.
It's a boring question.
That's boring, man. Yo, well, what are your thoughts on nepotism?
Nepotism?
What is that? Is that the whole thing, right? Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like getting gifted jobs based on being in the family or whatever.
I mean, I think it's just such a reality for
who cares?
Yeah, I mean, the entire brown community is one form of nepotism or another. Like,
whether it be you're like in the brown community or not, I'm like, you know how you just described?
Yeah.
If you get handed something and like you just keep it a buck and like don't grow that thing that you're handed, it eventually will fail. Yeah. Like that's how business works, right? Yeah. So you guys still gotta like do a lot of heavy lifting to take it to the next level.
A lot of guys who were given fucking money and they pissed it away.
Yeah, it happens. But I think when families hand down things like that to their kids, it's like, dude, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. And if you got that opportunity to do that for your kids, do it.
And sure, maybe it's taken away, like maybe your kid isn't the best available for that job compared to this LinkedIn motherfucker and this LinkedIn motherfucker and this LinkedIn motherfucker. But it's like, I'm not a believer that opportunities are lost, but they're not like invisible now.
Yeah,
they're not there now. That doesn't. People got to read some books, man. Come on, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Like you can't look at it on like a small little scale. Look at it in the big picture. If you put a moron in charge of a trust fund or a hedge fund of 10 million, not a trust fund, and he only got that job because his dad had started the fund.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna go to shit pretty quickly, and there's gonna be a guy sitting on the sideline, able to pull the rug underneath that person's feet, right?
Of course.
And whether it's somebody directly there or just somebody who's making trades against this hedge fund or anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way you got to kind of look at it, man. There's so much opportunity. It really is who's the best. All right, guys, we interrupt you for a quick shout out to one of my sponsors, Cool Cat Apparel. Shout out my boy. Premium quality goods. He's got the Punjab hoodie. He's got so much new shit coming out. Limited drops. Be one of the cool cats. Get yours today. All right, guys, I want to thank you for listening. If you made it this far, please subscribe, like, comment, share, tell all your friends. This is the hottest podcast, and it helps the channel a lot, so I appreciate it. Carry on. And people are like, oh, that's not how it works. People get handed things like...
Yeah, some people hate rich people, man.
But it's simple as this, man. Like, if you were able to provide value to someone at that certain time, and you're able to recognize that maybe it's not just your skill that's going to get you to the top, but the way you sell yourself, the way you're able to communicate with people. Show up. And, like, you're able to recognize the situation you're in. That's what's going to fucking count, man. And have you watched the Vince McMahon documentary?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you want to talk about nepotism. So Shane didn't get to take over the company. He wanted to, sure. But who ends up taking it over? Triple H.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, Stephanie's there. He married Stephanie, but like you got to think about it like
Game of Thrones shit going on.
The way that Triple H moved up from a fucking wrestler, and Vince even says it. He's like, I saw that guy. He was the man. I told Stephanie, I'm like, you should date a guy like that. And Shane's right there. That's your son. We're like, if Vince, just was like, this is going to be straight nepotism. I don't give a shit. He would have just given it to his son because generally, I guess, boys are favored. Mm-hmm. But he looked at it from the business perspective. And he's like, okay, Stephanie knows how to run shit. And Triple H, who's showing this drive, who's there, I'm going to put that guy in charge, not Shane.
And then Vince actually bought the WWE from his dad.
Yeah.
With cash.
Yeah.
Look at us heroing Vince McMahon, man. That's the end of this podcast, man.
We got time.
What a crazy fucking watch. It was.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about a watch, actually. Like a physical watch. Okay.
or this episode.
Yeah.
No, that whole docuseries on Vince McMahon. I think that like going into it, I wanted something else from it.
Yeah.
But I ended up just getting like this, just more knowledge about the WWE and wrestling and our habits as consumers. And if it bleeds, it leads, and all that stuff. And the one thing that did really stick out, though, was how Vince McMahon, this motherfucker, apparently, and I think Stephanie confirmed this, like there was a storyline that he got Stephanie pregnant.
Yeah.
That was going to be involved in the show. And to me, that's like, yo, come on, man.
He
the
was
Illuminati,
just willing to push it that far,
bro. That's fucked, though, man. Yo,
I mean,
you don't need the million. You don't need that many millions, bro. You don't need to. There's other ways to, bro. This guy, and that's why I'm like, yo, this guy sold his soul, bro. If he's willing, if he's willing to go down that path, obviously not actually do it, but portray that and like kind of, I don't know, just it's too. I feel as if you have too much people watching to just greenlight that to a public audience. You know, like kids are gonna be like, "Oh, wait." He's still the a year later, like he's still the commissioner. Didn't he fuck his daughter?
Yeah. You know, I think who knows? Okay, how that conversation went. Was it a serious consideration, or was it kind of a brainstorming session where he's like, "Oh, what if we did this too?" You know, but
you got me twisted as fuck.
You
to bring that up.
You can see the way that his mind worked. Like it's sociopathic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only reason you get to that level. You're actually a person who does not give a fuck. Like, you just don't care about anything. You're just driven. The ends will always justify the means.
It's interesting.
And that's where it goes. I didn't walk out of that like viewing any less of him. I was like, okay,
you already knew these things. You already knew these things.
Yeah, I already knew he was fucked, and I was just like, I thought it was more crazy to see like how far this guy was willing to go.
Mm-hmm.
My theory on it is that it's just a big advertisement for going to WrestleMania. Because every single episode was just about, like, there was a section where it just highlighted how sick WrestleMania is. And, like, maybe it's just a commercial leading into Las Vegas WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Vince would actually want that documentary out. But it wasn't made by the WWE. It was helped. Like, they got interviewed and stuff, but it was produced by Netflix and The Ringer, and it was out of their hands. Like,
I don't think Vince cared about it. I think Vince cares about being in the limelight. He
did have a statement, but you're right, though.
I think that even that statement is like...
You're right.
All that's going to do is make people watch more. If he's like in a situation where he's like, oh, like this documentary, it's a fucking hack job and they made me look bad. Me as a consumer, I'm not watching. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm fucking boycotting this. I don't give a shit. We already know Vince is fucked.
Yeah.
That just makes me want to watch it more. I was like, oh, how did they hack? And I left that and I was like, oh, it wasn't so bad. Like, yeah, he's fucked, but sure. Not a big deal. Like, it is what it is.
So, it was fucked, man.
Okay, on to the next one. The lead of the Gora getting caught with 480K. Now, I know maybe you might not have a lot to say about this, but what are your thoughts on religious leaders who take advantage of controlling funds for their own personal gain?
Well, break it down for me. Like, what is there like a membership fee when you know how I don't know much about your sacred spaces, right? Yeah. But from the outside, it's like this again from my perspective, very ignorant, very naive. Kyle Bound here. It's open 24/7. You walk in there, you get some free food.
Yeah,
you're in a holy place. Searching for answers, maybe you're around good people too, like whatever. It's all of that. Sounds like it costs a lot to operate, man.
For sure it costs a lot to operate, but now this is going to be a little bit of game spitting on the history. I've been fortunate enough, or maybe unfortunate enough, to have that, idealism shattered from me, but I heard the stories basically. So, every time somebody walks in, they give donations, and the people in the front, they also take donations. Like it's a temple, right? Mm-hmm. It's a religious organization. That's the only way they run. It's not for profit, right? Now, these places, because of the food that they're kind of giving out, that's, an amazing thing. And it provides a service and humility and all that great stuff that's going on, right? But it brings in a lot of cash, as a lot of religious places do, right? That situation, some of the people who are in charge of these places have that money in their bank accounts. It could be the religious bank account, well, not the religious bank account, but the temple bank account, right?
Yeah.
Now, on these temple bank accounts, if you are maybe running the show there, maybe you're a signing authority, which naturally you would be, because you can take money out. I need to buy food. I need to buy a roti maker. I need to pay the hydro property tax, anything. In that situation, you become a signing authority. I don't think people are actively stealing the money like that, like, oh, I'm taking 5 stacks and putting it in my pocket, or like this guy apparently did, he took 480 grand. Yeah. I think it's always been more a situation where I have access to this bank account.
Yeah.
I know the real estate market's popping. Maybe I can use this money to fucking show the bank collateral that, hey, I got paper behind me. I got signing authority on X, millions here. I need to get approved for a loan. Yeah. At a fucking great rate. Like just same rate that you're giving me for the temple stuff. So it's helping you get ahead that way.
Yeah.
It's taking advantage that way. Maybe you take some money out, 50 grand, put a deposit on somewhere. As soon as the property completes, you put that 50 grand back without anyone looking. You didn't steal it technically.
Yeah.
But you use the funds for illicit gains.
Yeah.
It seems like in this story, the guy straight up fucking stole it. And people who lead religious organizations, Gurdwara or churches or any of the other ones, they're not always the holiest people. Some of them are there for financial gain.
Yeah.
Is it surprising? No. Is it disappointing? Yes. But it's kind of the world we live in.
Yeah.
People fight. They fight with fucking swords to get control of Gurdwara.
This is some Vince McMahon stuff, man.
Shit's going pretty fucking crazy. Like, have you ever seen those Gurdwara fights?
With swords?
They fight with swords, or they're just scrapping with fists and stuff that.
Cool.
And like why would it get that heated if there wasn't something else? Maybe one side's good, the other side's bad. Yeah. So that's why the fight is there. But
it's all theatrics.
Could be politics, man. It gets a little bit ugly.
I don't know. So he has $400,000 in cash just on him, and they're just all tying it back to the.
Yeah. He got caught with it, apparently.
Yeah.
Maybe he had the fucking duffel bag full. I didn't read too much into the story.
Oh, wow. Great. All right.
What's he doing with it? I mean, if he's blatantly stealing like that, that's even more reprehensible. But, using the common funds to tie up properties.
Okay, what if somebody put a hit on him and he's like, yeah, I need the $500K to pay off this hitman or something?
I mean, what hit costs $500K, man? Not out here, man. Kids are blasting each other for like fucking 5 to 10 G's.
PlayStation
but it
5?
comes down, right? It's like fucking there's like $100K and then they pay another guy and it goes down the list a little, right?
Man.
But yeah, $500K to pay off a hit, I don't know. I still don't think then he should fucking come out and say that, right? I'm being threatened by X.
Yeah, that should be his move right now.
Thing, right? And that would have been it, but who knows, man.
Did he say? What if he just said, "I'm sorry"? Right? I mean,
he could have, but
I'm sorry.
I don't think you can say sorry on that one. Yeah. Here's a personal one, Kyle. Story of lost virginity.
Damn, this is a sacred story, man. I hold it close and dear to my heart and don't want to share it to anyone in the world, man.
Okay, you don't have to.
Damn, bro, it's emotional. You're bringing me back, man. It's traumatic, dude. I told you that my first girl left me, man.
Yeah.
For another female, man.
Really?
So you can only imagine. Actually, like, this story is just like super dark. Okay, so.
Wait,
for another episode. Yes, man.
For another female?
Yes, dude. So I told you. Didn't you watch Mansers? It was inevitable that this was going to happen to me, man.
Your dick game was so bad.
Dude.
She was just like, fuck this guy. I'm kidding, man.
No, it's okay, man. The truth hurts. The truth sets you free.
Okay. I'll be happy to share mine. So,
okay.
I'm like a 16-year-old kid.
Actually,
I guess I was 17. It was summer of grade 11. I was 17 at the time. Had, the full patka,
Yeah.
Had the big juda kind of going on. And there was a girl who had taken a few cards. She was experienced.
Yeah.
She was experienced. She was a year younger. She's 16. I was 17. And there was always a little bit of flirting, but I was kind of timid and shit with the way I was, rizzing up the shouties at that time. But regardless, we hung out a few times, and then like one of my buddies like, dude, you just got to go in for it, right? Like, have a few drinks, like whatever.
Yeah.
So like I bought a bottle of like fucking Hypnotic.
Yeah.
So we're just sitting there at this
Do they still sell Hypnotic? Is that?
I think it's still sold, but I haven't drank Hypnotic in years.
Yeah.
When I bought Hypnotic and we were having drinks, talking bullshit, and then like she just looked at me at this one point and fucking I was just like, I was like fucking like I was sweating.
Yeah.
But I was just like, okay, this is it, right? Because I had already kissed a girl by this time, so I know how to go in for that.
You went straight from kissing to fucking? Nothing in
between?
Well,
I mean, there's a build up, of course,
But just with this girl in general, like you went from I kissed a girl before, and now like I'm gonna run all 4 bases.
No, I'd fingered a few shorties and gotten a hand job or two. Like I'd gotten my dick sucked by this time. Like,
okay, cool. I was just interested. Yeah. This guy hit for the cycle.
Yeah, no, I'd gotten a little bit. Like I wasn't swimming it or anything. I was kind of already there, but I'd never done the deed yet, right? Like, I was still fucking cutting my pubes with like scissors, rather than a trimmer,
Yeah. There you go, man.
Regardless of the fact, it just wet too. Like, and it was a backseat wham bam. Thank you, man. I was so shitty, fucking shitty.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
No, you know what? I actually didn't nut fast. I actually had a big mental block about nutting. Like probably the first like 10, 15 times that I ever had sex, I just couldn't nut.
Sick.
I couldn't. Like I just couldn't.
I wish
I would stop it like after like 5-10 minutes. Like it's just not gonna go down. Like I think I put too much emphasis on like not nutting that like my mind just wasn't going there. Now I'm fucking 10 strokes deep and forget it.
I'm trying to like figure out how to just get better at that, man.
Yeah.
It's all confidence, right?
Yeah. Gotta fucking squeeze those Kegels, man.
That's what it is, right? It's just mind to muscle connection.
Yeah, you can't look her in the eyes.
You gotta look within to your muscles.
Yeah,
your abdomen area. Yeah, no, it's interesting, man. But you know what? On those days where you're in it for like 25 minutes, or like that, that you have a month where you're like, damn, I'm moving like this. Player of the month. I'm player of the month. It's 24.6 minutes a round. Yo, and then you go buy condoms that week, and you just and you're not embarrassed. You put it with the bread, everything. But when it's not good, it's you like crumble. But when you're pounding, I want to get back to that, man.
Yeah, without getting too personal, you're still rocking rubbers,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. I just like being alone, man.
Yeah.
I want 7-8 years of just this, it's like no accidents, bro.
Yeah.
This is the dream. I'm living the dream life right now,
You gotta pull out, dog.
Bro.
All right, marrying women who can't cook. Interesting.
That's okay.
It's okay. In today's day and age, best chefs in the world are men.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I think there's
that's what it is. That's what it is. So it's okay.
I think there's a difference. It's women who can't cook and women who won't cook.
Wait, I've been to so many restaurants. The chef is never. I feel like the chef is never a female.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I'm gonna go to every single Cactus Club to. I'm just interested. I'm not hating. I just want to see.
Yeah.
Because I think you said something. Yo, men are better cooks than women.
Gordon Ramsay. I'm sure there's a lot of great female cooks.
Straight up, but they ain't amongst the best.
It's the best chefs are men, but the best cooks maybe are women.
Nah, I think we just way better in the kitchen.
Mom's cooking, that's the thing.
Damn, we're way better in the kitchen, man. That's crazy to me, man.
No, but here's a big thing. I think it's not a matter of can't cook. I think it's a matter of won't. That's a big difference. Because, like, you know what? The effort is what counts, right? Now, it's not hard to learn how to make a fucking sandwich. There's no excuse for watching YouTube and not learning how to do, like, a certain couple of recipes that are easy. If you're good at it, you're good at it. If you're bad at it, you're bad at it. But, like, everyone can learn the basics. Now, if you're just going to be a bitch and, not... No, I'm being crass here. I'm being a little silly. But if you're just going to be a bitch and be like, no, I'm not cooking for you. I'm not assembling this for you. I'm not getting you a bowl of cereal. Now we got a fucking problem.
But who is this girl? Like, who's the most evil girl in the world? Who are people meeting, dude?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna cook.
I mean, maybe like there are certain girls who just think it's emasculating. What's the female equivalent of emasculating? Like
defeminizing.
Defeminizing?
I don't know. I just made that up. That sounds sick.
Regardless of the fact, I think they think that no, like fuck that. Like why should I cook? Like I'm. Working as well, things like that.
It's 2024.
Yeah, 2024. That bullshit, right?
I hate when they drop that line.
We gotta be more cooperative. You know what I mean? Fucking some days I'm gonna need you to water my plant. I gotta water your plant other days. Can't and won't. If she won't, fuck her.
But is it really about like the effort is what counts? What if she sucks at cooking though?
But you can learn to be a baseline. You can learn how to make a sandwich. You can learn how to fucking
like
make
warm
a
the soup. Oh,
yeah,
make a burger.
You
like
can
a
make
good
a
homemade
fucking
burger.
Any idiot can make a burger.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to make me a fucking sick pasta.
Man, I can't wait for my wife to cook me curry.
Curry, huh?
6-7 days a week.
Yeah.
But no. I mean, like, that's what I want in the household. She don't have to cook 6-7 days a week. Okay, it's 2024. Okay, don't worry, man. Don't worry. That'd be sick though.
Yeah.
Because having someone cook for you is like living on your own for a long time. You realize like how sick it is. So much more time.
Yeah.
So much more time, bro.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. What a blessing. Shout out to my parents.
Men in general, we cook like just more simplistic, right? Make like chicken wraps or fucking.
Yeah.
Or do you like chef it up hard? Like every now and again, I'll make like a nice pasta.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like I like fucking around with that sort of thing, right? I like to do the pasta.
Yeah.
Making the sauce and all that shit, right?
Yeah, I love cooking, man. But recently, like over the past 12 months, my cooking game has gone so simple. Before I was making curries and making like obviously the pastas and whatnot, but just making dishes, anything that I saw on TikTok or YouTube, I'm like, I'm trying that out. I'm going to the grocery store, I'm doing this, and it was a fun time, and I missed that time in my life. But recently, it's like I got an air fryer.
Yeah, 100%. Well, you can't. It's exactly what you said. You don't have the time.
Yeah.
To fucking do all that. Like cooking takes a while.
Like you need at least 90 minutes at least, man.
Yeah, something good. It's a whole process.
Good. Yeah, dude. I'm sure you can make stuff in 40. Like people are like, oh, you can make this dish in 15 minutes. For me, I'm just slow. Yeah. It's gonna take me 35 minutes, 40 minutes, no matter what.
I'm big on the chicken wraps. Chicken breast burger. Like a little sandwich, that kind of shit. Like that's how I'm getting going.
Like you're
boiled eggs. I'm big on the hard boiled eggs right now.
You'd be a good chef at a fucking all inclusive resort, man.
I guess so.
Yeah, at the snack bar.
All right.
But seriously, we got to go to Cactus Club and go. I just want to look at every single kitchen and just see, how many more men are cooking. Maybe you're right, man. Maybe men are just better cooks.
Yeah. Okay, last one of the day, and we'll just call it after this one.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. I don't know why anyone needs to know this, but how long have you known Parm? Parm versus the World. I've known him just over a year. Too long, I'd say. Fuck that guy. No, I'm kidding. No, I love Parm, man. I mean, I've known him about a year and a half, and we connected on a great creative level. I view all these guys, Parm, Montage, Sigma, view them as younger bros, someone I can impart some, wisdom and pitfalls and stuff. All these guys are so young, right? When they have their stupid little tiffs, I feel responsible for smoothing that over.
Damn, you're the therapist, eh? Or the big brother.
Like that's kind of what it happens though, right? I mean, we get into arguments with our friends, but like it's not deep, right?
That's good. I wish, you know what, man? It'd be interesting to be in your 20s and to have somebody that was like 10 or 15 years older than you.
Yeah.
To talk to every day. Are you allowed to say that now?
Huh?
Are you allowed to say that now?
I guess so. I think
is a 21-year-old allowed to have a 33-and-a-half-year-old texting him every day? You're doing a great job.
Not a girl and a guy.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Keep it up. I mean, keep it up.
I think that's important, someone who can kind of just
dude,
I don't think they listen to me that much, like
no.
But it's still a little bit like kind of guiding them the right.
They're never gonna listen to you, man. They got more subscribers than you, man.
Yeah, that's true. I take a lot of wisdom off these guys too, man. Like, they fucking teach me a lot of shit, and like a large part of like me increasing my expansion, a large part of that's because of Parm.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get it anyway at the end of it, but like this guy completely put me on his platform and, brought me
it's beautiful,
to the light.
Man. No, it's cool, man, because there's that Post Malone song that's been big for like 6-7 months or 5-6 months. It's that country song with that other singer. And I think it's about like getting help.
Oh. Okay.
And how No, it's really honestly I've again, I'm slow. So every time I've heard it in the background, I'm like, oh, this is a good melody. They killed this song. Good energy, right? But I can't pick up the lyrics. It takes me a while. And then I picked up the lyrics, and I'm like, holy shit, this song is like, I fucking made it. But I got some help.
Yeah.
It's what we need.
Yeah.
And for somebody that's willing to share that, because, I'm sure he's gained some quote unquote free promotion from your end as well, but not nearly as much.
Bigger than I am.
But not nearly as much. But at the end of the day, that shit don't matter, bro.
Yeah.
It's about I need Randy in my video because let's just go make more people laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm right now by clicking a button, I can reach 10 times more people than it, and I need Randy to make these 10,000 people laugh or 10 times more people laugh. And
Add a little.
That's what it's all about, man. That's how we got to share our platform. Just it's that whole transactional part. It definitely has to be second, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For the best shit to move forward. And it's good to see that there's going to be a bit of a quicker acceleration to the quote unquote top, because Parm was willing to do that to you. And look at what Chunny guys are doing too.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's community building. And
And people are looking
that's
out
like
for
building
each other.
the industry, bro.
Yeah.
Like just like the cheap little cosigns. Like
Mhm.
I'm sure there's $0 cosigns. You know, I'm just assuming now. I don't know how these things work behind the scenes, but it just feels like that's that energy.
Yeah,
and we're all gonna win. Let's all rise to the top.
Yeah,
right now
yeah,
together.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
cool.
know, and
you need that, man. You need help.
Absolutely. And you know what? He's really good at just kind of recognizing what's going to work in a video too, right? He's got a lot going on in his head, man. He's a smart little kid. But he's onwards and upwards, and my time knowing him has been
man,
positive.
You guys love each other, man. You're so
yeah, he's a good kid.
He's your little brother.
Yeah,
you're getting
he's
there.
a bro.
Getting there.
Absolutely, he's a bro, man. He's a.
If you call him little bros, is he gonna get like?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm sure he views me that. All those guys are though, right? UV. Fucking
calling me little bro, I got more subscribers than you, dog.
You know, he could be my little bro without me trying to little bro him though, because I speak to him as an equal, right? Because you know, in many ways, he's. You
guys are the same. You guys look the same and everything. Like it just feels right.
I guess so. And on that note, episode 11 is in the fucking books. What a fucking banger, man. Thank you guys, everyone, for just keep sending this shit through. I'm going to do this again next one. I mean, I want to do this vibe where we do one guest and then one
talking shit
person, you know, and things like that. I think that's a good little vibe. It gives us a break from just the interviewing part.
Yeah, man.
Like a lot of cool people we got coming on, man. We would have had a banger this weekend, but you know.
Well, you invited the devil on, right?
No.
Justin from wrestling.
Justin, yeah. Wrestling Classic.
Wrestling Classic.
We'll get him.
Wow, that's cool. I want to actually hop in on that episode.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
I got so many questions for him.
The WWE, right?
Yeah. This is seedy environment.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you. Take care.
Peace.